In a British sculpture foundry, the world's most accurate dodo is being forged into existence, thanks to the efforts of a team of dedicated scientists and artists who share a passion for wildlife conservation. This is a story which takes them all back in time, on a mission to reconstruct numerous extinct species from Mauritius, including the dodo, and contribute to saving the island's threatened ecosystem. The catalyst is Carl Jones, famous for rescuing the Mauritius kestrel from the brink of extinction.
I work for the Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust, which was set up by the author Gerald Durrell. And what Jerry wanted to do was to try and save all the endangered species of the world by captive breeding. He started off very modestly by breeding a few species in captivity and then trying reintroductions. And in Mauritius we started with the pink pigeon, then we moved on to the Mauritius kestrel. And as the years have gone by, we've been doing lots of reintroductions of many species, while at the same time trying to restore the natural habitats. And this was something which Jerry thought was very important. He felt that we shouldn't allow any species to become extinct. Extinction wasn't inevitable result of progress, but we could actually stop species from disappearing. We can breed them in captivity. And when he looked back at all the species that had been lost, it seemed that one of the saddest within historical times was the extinction of the dodo. What a remarkable bird, what a fantastic bird. And it seemed quite likely that we could have bred it quite easily in captivity and it could have been saved.
This pleasing bird I grieve to own is now extinct. His soul has flown to parts unknown, beyond the Styx, to join the Archaeopteryx. What strange, inexplicable whim of fate was it to banish him?
I met Carl for the first time in 1979, I think. I was leaving to come to England, and he had only just arrived in Mauritius to wind down the work that had been carried out on the Mauritius kestrel. With incredible imagination and creativity, he managed to reverse that situation and in a very short time managed to convince his sponsors to let him stay on. And of course, now 20 years or so on, he's done such incredible work and has turned the whole thing on its head with a lot of very creative, I'd say, science. But he had an incredible experience of hand-rearing birds, which is exactly what he did. Apply that with a lot of love, care and creativity, and the whole thing just blossomed in his hands. I mean, it absolutely is fantastic.
In addition to the dodo becoming extinct, many other species were critically endangered, and without intervention would likely disappear and become extinct.
And suddenly realized that this work had an incredible relevance to what has happened before. And before there were so many more fantastic creatures, the dodo, we don't know what it did, where it went. So you can find yourself looking at this land. What was it like before anyone got there?
The dodo, I suppose, is a symbol for so much of what Mauritius has lost. And when I first went to Mauritius, obviously because of Claude, though it was a natural thing for us to want to go out and imagine where it was and look at the environment. And we very quickly met Carl and got hugely interested and tried to help where we could with the work that he was doing. And we discovered that there wasn't just a dodo, there was a giant parrot, there was giant lizards, there was a whole range of life that had been exterminated by the same factors, all of them introduced by man, that have had this effect on Mauritius.